This moment, I'm sorry, I have to play it again. This moment, here it is.
Outside this White House. I'm not talking about the elected officials. I'm talking about voters. Voters. And so I'm convinced that we'll be able to stop this because it is the most pernicious thing. This makes Jim Crow look like Jim Eagle. I mean, this is gigantic, what they're trying to do. And it cannot be sustained.
Joining me now to talk about that and other things, former Congressman from Georgia, Bob Barr. He is the current Liberty Guard chairman. Bob, I'm unclear on why we're still doing this over-the-top language about race. This makes Jim Crow. Asking people for an ID when they vote is not exactly the same thing as Jim Crow. I don't know if Joe Biden's aware.
Apparently he's not aware of that, either that or he is, and he wants to keep this narrative of our country being a systemically and increasingly racist society open in order to bolster something. I'm not quite sure what it bolsters, other than it bolsters those individuals who actually truly believe that racism is at the core of America, which it isn't. It never has been, and things have improved dramatically based on laws, the Constitution, and so forth. But I mean, it's you can't explain it because it's an irrational way of speaking and a completely inaccurate characterization of the United States of America.
It is inaccurate, and it seems insane to people like you and I, but what worries me is how pervasive this is. This isn't just some politician running his mouth for a second at a press conference. This is in our military. It's in our churches. It's in our education system. It's all over the media. This way of thinking is ingrained in at least half the population. How did this happen? How did we let this happen?
We let it happen for a couple of reasons, Jesse. First of all, our educational system has failed for 2 generations now to teach young people what America was intended to be, what it is, how it got here, and how we should keep the values that made America what America is. So our schools are not teaching our young people about America, so they don't know what to defend about it. Secondly, politicians now adhere to the philosophy that if you repeat a lie loud enough and often enough, there's a large segment of the population that will start to believe it simply by rote. And thirdly, apparently, there are enough voters out there who respond and donors who respond to this, such as here in Georgia with Stacey Abrams raising millions of dollars based on her claim that the reason she lost the election 2 years ago is because of systemic racism. It's just the big lie that is repeated endlessly.
Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me. Thanks.